During the recruitment for the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Super, Dende speaks of a young boy that lives in a village on a small island somewhere. He doesn't have a name at this point in the story, but this is Oob. At the end of Dragon Ball Z, when Goku kills Majin Buu with the Spirit Bomb, who he later wished to come back reincarnated as a good-hearted being, this was how Oob was born. Years after the defeat of Buu in the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament is the first time we actually get to see Oob fight, and it's with Goku, so obviously he doesn't win, but he shows incredible potential since he is the reincarnation of Buu. Unfortunately, this was all we would see of Oob in the main storyline, but even though we never really got to see him in Super, this fan-made story called Dragon Ball Zeroverse gives us a bit of insight on the things that happened later on in Oob's life and his adventures with the Z-Fighters. As always, links to everything will be down in the description box below. The story starts immediately after Goku and Oob leave the tournament. Of course, all of the other Z-Fighters are dominating all of their fights as we see both Trunks and Pan easily dominating their opponents. Unfortunately for Goten, his opponent was Majin Buu, so that went about as expected. The last match is between Hercule and Buu, and like always, Hercule is crowned the victor because Majin Buu threw the match. 2 weeks pass and another tournament is being held, and of course, Hercule is up to his same old tricks with Majin Buu as they plan for him to win the tournament again by facing Buu in the finals. Now, this is a while after Dragon Ball Z, so Trunks and Goten are pretty much teenagers now, and most of the human adults like Bulma and Chi-Chi have aged quite a bit. Everyone is anticipating the arrival of Goku with Oob, but as usual, he's late, and Vegeta of course won't participate if Goku doesn't show up. Eventually Goku does show up, and he says that he and Oob have been training at Kami's lookout the whole time. This is when Buu takes notice of Oob for the first time, and he gets this eerie feeling about him. The first thing he thinks about is his evil side, or the side that we call Kid Buu, and he says that he shouldn't face him in battle or something bad will happen. First up is the punching bag test. Goku tells Oob to reduce his power because he isn't a normal kid. He has the power to do some serious damage to the arena and everybody inside it, and also since he's in a tournament, it's best that he not show his full power right now. Even though Oob reduces his power by up to half, he still completely destroys the punching machine, but he was last so he didn't really do any harm. The next thing we see is this guy who looks a lot like Babidi, and he's looking for someone through this crystal ball. When the crystal ball shows Oob, he says that he is who he's looking for. We then go back to the tournament and everybody is drawing numbers to set the bracket up for the fights. This is the bracket so far. As we can see, Goku, Vegeta, Majin Buu, and Oob are the only ones left to place. Goku draws the number 16, which is in the last open bracket. Since Goku is in the last open bracket, Vegeta has a chance to fight him, even though it's a slim one. He asks Majin Buu to use his magic abilities to match him up with Goku, but Buu hesitates. Buu wants to do whatever he can to avoid Oob because he senses Kid Buu within him, and if Oob were to somehow take on that form, he would stand no chance and it would be an incredible danger to everybody again. He decides to not listen to Vegeta, and in order to take Oob out quickly, he uses his magic to match him up with Goku. The first part of the tournament goes about how we would expect it, with all of the Z-Fighters completely dominating as we see Buu one-shotting his opponent and Pan flicking away this guy with just her finger. The first good match of this tournament is Goten vs Trunks. Since this isn't too far after Z, both Goten and Trunks have been keeping up with their training and they appear to be around the same level now. Of course Vegeta thinks Trunks will win, but Goku says that it seems like it's a complete toss-up. The fight goes on for a while, and at one point they even collide heads so hard that they actually fuse. Eventually Trunks does go on to win, however, just because the match came down to rock paper scissors though. Now it's Goku and Oob's turn, and of course Oob is nervous, but this is just like any other sparring match between him and Goku. When the match starts, Oob actually looks pretty good, and you can definitely tell that Oob is Goku's pupil from his stance. Oob is definitely demonstrating how strong he is, but he's still inexperienced compared to Goku. His attacks are wild and he isn't focusing his energy properly. We then cut back to see this guy who looks like Babidi again, and his henchman asks if he would like him to start the procedure. Oob shows a quick glimpse of his true power by landing a powerful blow on Goku, hitting him hard enough to shock everyone watching, and it seems that Piccolo thinks something is up at this point. The two eventually continue their fight, and it goes on back and forth for a while, and then we see this. And suddenly Oob's power increases exponentially, to the surprise of Goku especially, who has never seen this from him before. Oob starts fighting much more aggressively and even starts growling at Goku. And then we begin to see the transformation take place. Oob's ki completely changes, his pure heart is overtaken, and an evil magic has gained control over him. Now almost completely taken over by his dark nature, Oob turns into this. That's where I'm gonna stop this video right now, guys. This story is really long, so if you guys liked it, make sure you let me know down in the comment section as always. Anyways, thank you for watching, have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.